This is the part that takes some finessing. So how far apart are we at that point? 8K? 18K? This is doable. I like to be under 15 though. Over 10 though, usually. Somewhere between 10 and 15 is usually my go-to choice. I guess we can try 10. Alright. Yeah, once you've played this game enough, you kind of get a sixth sense for when things should happen and when they shouldn't. What are we at? We're at 25 seconds till... No, I'm not gonna. We're too close to warp. Okay. Let's see how close we get here. I have a mod that I was trying to figure out how to get it set up. That actually shows you where you are in relation to a target on like a 2D plane, and you can line up your ship with that to line up the docking ports. So it ended up being 13 cam. That's pretty good. All right. So here comes the fun part. Gotta try and match your velocities. So it's going 510 difference here, so yeah, very useful. Extremely useful. It's gonna be a little bit wonky. Kind of not gonna set up an optimal way. But that's fine. I've dealt with stuff like this before. The hardest part is getting to here without overshooting. Okay. I'm gonna get pretty close to zero, but not all the way. That's pretty good. Now, I'm going to start burning towards... I'm going to use the target and burn towards it. Switch to ship view here. The key thing with this is that as you're going towards it, it's going to shift around, so you actually have to stop and kind of readjust a bit sometimes. Especially as you get closer, you want to slow down at around 1,000 meters. Alright, just going to go ahead and burn probably to 50. Be a good place to start. Yeah, some mods are really good, like adding in, like for example, the joint reinforcement mod that kind of helps with the wobbliness of things. Anything that adds more different types, varied types of like solid rocket boosters or fuel tanks can also be very useful. Oh, we are way far away. I'm gonna go to 150. It's gonna be a pain to slow down enough, but so we are 15 km out. Let me switch to anti-target just to get ready here. Let's get to about 5k. I'm going to slow down to maybe 90 or 85. There's some really good parts in the USI colonization mod. The scan set mod I would highly recommend, even if you're just starting out, because it actually will show you the different biomes on a planet and where you can use that to tell where you've been before. Alright, let's go and start slowing down. Yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I think I've probably spent, my Steam time notwithstanding, I probably put about at least 1,000 hours into this game. I'm going to bring this up back down to 0 because we're going to kind of reorient here. As you can see, we're kind of going this direction instead of towards it. So whenever that starts happening, you get to burn retrograde to slow yourself down. Appropriately. 50 should be good at this point. You don't want to get too close to it too fast. The main goal is to try and get close enough to actually be able to see it. And then you have to maneuver yourself around to get the docking ports lined up. Okay. Slow down to about maybe 10. Kind of a little bit too much. How are we doing on fuel? Actually, not too good. That's concerning. Now, if I get within 200 meters, we can start using the RCS thrusters to do the work. Yeah. You can do elevation, biome, and also anomalies and things like that with it. Actually, I'm going to be anti-target. Okay. So I want to be on this side of it, the engine's over here, docking ports on top. Let me go ahead and switch over to this real quick. Control from there. Just gonna let myself drift a little bit by it. Trying to conserve this minimal amount of fuel I have left. This is a much different beast when you got something the size of a Rockomax part, when you're trying to dock it with something that's 3 times as big as what you are. Also easier because you have more fuel at your disposal. This tutorial is kind of a... It gives you the experience of docking, but it's not really an actual scenario you'd run into. Usually. I'm going to go and actually slow myself down some more. I'm going to get a little bit closer. Got 90, actually 73 left on liquid on LO2. Should be enough. Okay. So we're pretty much stationary to it right now. So I'm going to switch off SAS. We're going to turn on RCS. And we're going to do this the extremely hard way. Actually, I'm going to turn this back on. We do want this for a while. Target. We got tons of monopropellants, which should be good. Now, let's see if I can remember the damn controls. So I'm going to start rotating around the top of it. This is the hardest part. You have to run this stuff almost like clockwork. Let's do some... Let's go in a little bit. You also have to have the thrusters set up correctly. If you have them on weird axes to what you're trying to do, can be kind of a nightmare. Am I going backwards? I'm not. Still going forwards. Alright. Be very helpful if we were not in the dark. I don't think I have any lateral movement. Okay. Slow down a little bit. Actually, we do have a little bit now. I just want to kill off my momentum at the moment. I'm going to try and do a little bit of an adjustment here. There we go. Alright, let's push in. I'm going to get into probably around 25 meters. And I think we just let it do its thing from here. Actually, no, we don't. If we get close enough, it'll just suck right onto itself. There we go. Should work. And a couple bounces around. Oof. Turn off SAS. Come on. You know you want to. Boom. There we go. Oh my god. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Once you get to about 10 to 5 meters, they'll self-attract. And you just want to turn off SAS at that point, turn off RCS and let it happen, unless you're moving like crazy around some way on the gimbal. Then you want to use the thrusters to kill it. Otherwise, it'll just go right in there. Gene, you are so far behind. I'm already done. You're over there talking about getting a coplanar orbit. So yeah, it takes a lot of practice. But eventually it becomes... This is now as hard for me as landing on the moon was initially for me. This is actually kind of easy compared to what you have to do with larger vessels, which you'll see eventually, probably on a later stream. We're not going to get to that point tonight. So let's get back to making those satellites. That was actually good also. I wanted to make sure I still could do it. It's a good thing to figure out before you try and dock two Rockomac-sized objects together around the moon. Yeah, it gets even worse. With the larger you go, the worse it gets. With the rocket sizes. Especially if you're trying to dock like onto the side of a station. Because what I'll do is on the station I'll have docking ports along the edge of it for new modules to be fitted on. And when you're trying to hit one of those with something, not only do you have to have it right in terms of the docking port, but the orientation of like any external things like solar panels on the actual module has to be right, otherwise if they're turned one way, when you go to bring something else in, they'll hit it and blow it up or something. Alright, so we were doing the... Oh, very nice. It did not save it. Well, that's fine. Oh no, is this it? Load. This kind of looks like it might be it. Oh no, that's definitely not it. Alright, didn't save it. That's fine. That is perfectly fine. Okay. Start over again. No, I was in the right place. Octo 2. There you are. Alright. Level maybe 2. Communications, Communitron. Alright, 16. Oh, that definitely needs to go up another level or 2. I think that's what it was at before. Now we have batteries underneath that. Actually, let me check something out. Oh, I went way too many. Okay. There. Oops. Alright, there we go. Now, let's say underneath that we had we had this. Then I believe we had this. Then I believe we had had like 6 of these. Yeah. Oh. Yes. We had a 400 with monopropellant. This mod is also, I forget which mod does this, but this is also very useful to be able to put whatever you want to into an actual fuel tank. I think this is a mod anyway. I don't think this is in the modular fuel tanks. That's the name of the mod. Allows you to have a lot more flexibility. We had some. Let me grab this off real quick. We had a coupler. Had the T77 or 38K. We had 2 of those. And we had more. We had 400s on that. Like I said, that didn't feel right. That did not feel right. Still didn't get him centered. Whoops. Fuel lines there. Okay. Now on the bottom of this, I want to put a Reliant. Now, science stuff. So I want this to be kind of an all-in-one scan set type of thing. I think we have all the stuff we need for it. Let's see, this does... planets or moons, natural resources. Okay, so this is a resource satellite, a resource scanner. Actually, I want to take off the symmetry. Okay. Let's go and put that like right here. Let's see, the next thing is a biome scanner. Yeah, biome scanner. Put it on the opposite side. And we'll rotate that. You're going to interfere with the... Oh no, you don't expand out. Okay. I won't interfere with these guys. Although I might want to move it, just move it down anyway, just because. Damn. Okay, there we go. Something like that. Should have one more somewhere. That's one that we just got. Where are you? This one, light scanning. Oh, there it is, altimetry. And I think I want to actually rotate this one in the opposite direction. What else do you want to put on this? What else do we need to put on it, I should say? Oh, RCS thrusters. True, you're going to be in the way. Yeah, hopefully it is. You can kind of get around it some ways. When it comes to like building a device capable of holding a rover in the right orientation and in the right way, it can be kind of hairy. Attaching it, you're going to have to do a manual attachment with it. We're not anywhere near building a rover yet. Still need another 500 something resource points for advanced motors. What am I looking for? I'm looking for RCS. That should be good. Okay, this stage is done. Oh wait, well, yeah, no, I shouldn't need it. Alright, next up we need the liftoff stages. So, decoupler 12, Rockomax adapter, no, that's not it. Where did you go? There you are. Way down the list now. Jumbo. No, we need a advanced inline reaction wheel. And then... Oh no, we do have it. Okay. Now... This should be liftable with just one of these sections. Should be. No. Do I have, well, the twin bore I think is still going to be... I don't even have the twin bore yet, do I? Oh, here I do. Yeah, I do. Thrust, atmosphere, 18, yeah. We'll use these instead of main cells. I also have some fuel with them too. 4 of these should do. Probably overkill. Probably overkill, but it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. Right about there should be fine. I'll have to readjust a couple things, but that was actually pretty close. Yeah. I guess that is technically true. There's no such thing as overkill in KSP. Well, in career mode there is. Science and sandbox, no. You can build a rocket as large as you want, as long as it will run in the game. That should be good. That's not the right size. This one is. Aerodynamics, we're there already. Okay, actually, no, with the deluxe. Okay, strutting. That's an important part. And I tend to like to do this too, though this is probably not necessary. I probably don't need it for those. Actually, I probably should put one down here too.